Hey, Kristen Collins, wanting to connect this week as we continue to sit often helplessly as there's so much going on energetically and literally around the globe right now that we do not have control of. And how are we to navigate that? How are we to continue living through that while feeling those emotions, but also not getting completely derailed? And what has been really bubbling up this week in multiple conversations that I find myself in is the concept of releasing with love. 2 weeks ago, we talked about really getting grounded in the heart and making sure that we were living life from the heart and how to do that. So if you missed that video, go back 2 weeks and we talk about that. Last week, we talked about forgiveness starting with self, that forgiveness is freedom. And this week, the theme of releasing with love. So when it comes to forgiveness and letting go, and forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, as we're releasing that experience or those emotions, and we have to do that from the heart with love. It's not release, good riddance, awful energy towards that release. That's counterproductive. We need to release with love, knowing, wow, that hurt, or wow, that was uncomfortable. That was not in alignment with who I am or what I want to experience, but we still say, thank you, best of luck. It was nice. I'm releasing you with love so that you can go live that life that you want to live, but it's not in alignment with the life I want to live or experience. So people are doing the best that they can. And I know that if we look at actions of some others that are different from the way you feel, that you're like, are they insane? Why are they doing that? Why are they saying that? They're awful. They're mean. They're cruel. They're wrong. Everyone has a different lens. We've talked about that before. Everyone's coming from a different vantage point. And that therefore everyone is approaching their truth, doing the best that they can based on the lens that they have experienced and the divots in their mindset that have been created for them. And who am I to say that the way they're doing it is wrong? Because to them, it's absolutely right. And they're doing the best that they can in their given circumstances. So when I experience other and I get all wound up, I have to remind myself, I am going to feel it, right? Not deny it, but feel it. Inhale it, exhale it, release it with love, and just understand that everyone's doing the best that they can. As we're not getting spun up in all this stuff we're not in control of and everyone else's journey, and we're getting in touch with who we are and getting in touch with that heart and living that unique individual life that we came here on purpose to live, what also can happen when we're getting spun up is that we start seeing our lives spin and we start getting busied by doing a lot because we're trying to regain some control. We're trying to get out of the discomfort. I found myself shifting the past couple of weeks where I started doing again instead of being. I was doing. And I put stuff on my calendar. Yeah, and some of it was going to be fun and educational and a great, experience, but I had too much going on. I started doing again and willing my way as my little salmon up, swimming upstream scenario. And I said, you know what? I have no white space. I am not being. I am doing. And I'm not able to receive all the abundance, all the gorgeous opportunities that I'm not even yet aware of because I'm too busy spinning in the doing. So my question to you is, how's your calendar looking? How are you budgeting your time? Where is self-care in that decision making? Because as we start to do and get spun up and fill those calendars, never mind just sitting and contemplating so that we can get in touch with our intuition, our inner knowing, our hearts, and live that heart-based instinctual life. But also too, the self-care usually goes down the toilet with that, and we, are starting to eat not correctly, our sleep gets disturbed, all that kind of stuff starts happening when we get spun up. So as we release with love and know that everyone's doing the best that they can based on their own journey and their own lens, then we go back to self, we release it, we sit, We make sure we have that white space so that we have clearance so that we can receive. I don't know if that's happening to you right now, but it sure enough is happening to me. And I felt it important to bring that up in hopes that this will help remind you to go ahead and say no. Or what I had to do, 2 particular 2-day trips I had on my calendar, I just reached out and I said, I am so sorry, but I'm not going to be able to make these trips at this time. And quite frankly, no one was like, you jerk. Everyone's like, no, I hear you. And most people were actually relieved because they too were kind of spun up and needed some white space on their calendar. So as you go to self-care and clear off some of the stuff that you really, it's not essential right now, you too may be doing someone else a favor as well. So as always, thank you so much for connecting each and every week. Your vibrant feedback has just been very heart-opening for me, very, very inspiring. Thank you. Please continue to share our information so that we can help support community to be able to get in touch with themselves and live that life of optimal well-being. So until next time, be love. Bye.